on Sun Valley. Daily local news from beautiful Sun Valley, Idaho.
Hi everybody, I'm Bryant Dunn with this week's edition of Sun Valley Today here on Eye on Sun Valley. Well, as you can tell looking over my shoulder, our local ski hill, Bald Mountain, is covered in snow, and I can tell you personally that the skiing is superb. Now, in addition to our skiing, there's a lot more going on this week in Sun Valley, and I want to tell you about it right now. Well, this weekend, Friday and Saturday, February 7th and 8th, the local boys are at it again as the Sun Valley Suns men's hockey team takes on the Bantam Beauties at 7 p.m. at Campion Ice House in Haley. This rivalry should certainly offer exciting action as the Suns once again pursue the Black Diamond Hockey League Championship. Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for kids ages 10 to 18, and free for kids under 10. Show up this weekend and cheer on the Suns. It'll be a blast. Also this weekend, February 8th and 9th, Full Moon Dinners return to Galena Lodge. Dinner is one seating at 6:30, and seating is communal style, so be prepared to make some new friends. The folks at the lodge ask that you arrive by 6 o'clock or earlier if you want, so that you can all sit down for dinner at 6:30. Dinner is a set 4-course menu with your choice of entrees. Cost for dinner is $50 per person, not including drinks, tax, or gratuities. Galena has a fantastic wine list, beers on tap, and a full liquor bar. Reservations are recommended and can be secured by calling 208-726-4010. For more info, visit galenalodge.com. And on Wednesday and Thursday, February 12th and 13th, the second 2-day series of Oscar-nominated short films will play at the Magic Lantern Theater in Ketchum, sponsored by the Sun Valley Center for the Arts. This week's films include 2 different lineups of Oscar-nominated short documentaries. Showings begin at 4:30 and 7 p.m. each day, and tickets are $10 for center members and $12 for non-members. You can purchase tickets at the center box office at 191 5th Street East in Ketchum, or by calling 208-726-9491. You know, Sun Valley Outfitters is Sun Valley's only full-service outfitter, offering daily fly fishing trips throughout the winter. In addition to our summertime offerings of daily fly fishing trips and day hikes, daily horseback rides, big game and bird hunting, international angling services, and kids adventure camps and kids fly fishing camps. Sun Valley Outfitters is located on Sun Valley Road in Ketchum next to Starbucks, so next time you're up valley, come pay us a visit. Or visit us online at sunvalleyoutfitters.com or give us a call at 208-928-SVID. That's 208-928-7843. Well, this is Bryant coming to you from Sun Valley Outfitters with another episode of Sun Valley Today here on Eye on Sun Valley. And we'll look forward to seeing you around this amazing valley.
Cabanita Mex, dubbed by the locals as authentic, tasty Mexican food and drinks with a festive atmosphere. And a pretty darn good sports bar, too. Big screens all over. La Cabanita prides itself on their Authentica Cocina Mexicana. Good food, very fast service, and delicious house recipes with those special Mexican spices. La Cabanita Mex, serving lunches, dinners, catering, company parties, and takeout. Ketchum and Bellevue. La Cabanita.
So we're mods. We have coffee, we have pastries, we have clothing. We sell it all. We have a range of vintage clothing, high-end women's and everyday wear, ranging from Pendleton to fancy going out dresses. Some clothing even dating back to the 20s.
Hi, I'm Jacob. My wife Tara and I are the owners of Mods. We're both a coffee shop and a clothing store. We use Harrison Insurance for everything. Business, auto, renters, even our little dog is insured.
The nuances of our unique business are covered with Harrison, and I don't think that I could have obtained that going to a big insurance company directly.
We feel that if something were to happen tomorrow, we'd be okay because we have Harrison Insurance to help us.
Harrison Insurance for all of your insurance needs.
Hi, I'm Gary, manager of the Attic Thrift Store in Haley, and today I'm not here to sell you anything or tell you about any great deals at the Attic. We all know the Attic always has great deals. That goes without saying. Instead, The Attic and its staff would like to give a sincere thank you to all its loyal customers and generous donors who help to make a huge impact in our community. How? For those who don't know, the Attic Thrift Store is a nonprofit that exists to help support the advocates whose mission is to teach people of all ages to build and maintain healthy relationships through education, shelter, and support services. With your help, we are making a difference in ending domestic violence and sexual assault. Every day, lives are changed at The Advocates. Please visit our website at www.theadvocatesorg.org. So from all of us, thank you for shopping and donating to The Attic. You're truly...
Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Bosick with Eye on Sun Valley. I'm here in Sun Valley, Idaho on a drop-dead gorgeous February morning for the running of the Boulder Mountain Tour. This is one of the most prestigious ski races, cross-country ski races in the nation. Brings people from all over the world to compete, Olympic racers, everybody. And the reason is it goes 34 kilometers from Galena Lodge to Sawtooth National Recreation Headquarters, which is, that's 21.2 miles, guys. They do it in just over an hour, too. Today's going to be especially fast because the temperature is supposed to top out at 44 degrees today, so the racers are just lapping it up. Let's watch.
Boulder in fourth. Skylar Patton, another junior skier, in fifth place, in contact with the leaders. It's a huge race for Skylar. Here comes Patrick Johnson. All right, coming to the line now, we've got John Bauer. John, a multiple-time Olympian for the U.S., 50 years old, battling it out. Jensen, Barry McCarroll, Tucker Heffler, Josh Korn, Sam Krieg, Richard Feldman coming in. Really strong crew of guys there. That group, we expect all three are probably still together. Marine Bjornsson could be in there as well. Katie Feldman through Jordan. It is going to be so close. Through Jordan, Katie Feldman, Erica Flowers, 1, 2, 3. What speed? Katie Feldman came into the finish lanes ahead as Duncan Roberts and Mark Davenport crossed the line. Erica Flowers just passed for third.
Johnny Hagenbrook 18-year-old student at Sun Valley Community School. Number one, after number 3 last year, right?
Yeah.
So what was the difference this year, Johnny?
Well, there wasn't so much of a difference. It was a really competitive field. All the race organizers and my coach, Rick Capalla, they've said that this is probably the most competitive field of all time. We've had multiple Olympians. We have Kevin Boulder, member of the U.S. ski team, Eric Bjornsson, member of the U.S. ski team and 2-time Olympian. We have Tyler Cornfield, who was an Olympian in Pyeongchang, and we have 2 Norwegians from the University of Utah, in addition to the gold team. Obviously, Peter Holmes was the winner last year. So it was a really great group of guys, really competitive, really fun to ski with them, and it was highly contested, especially coming into the last couple of kilometers, as evidenced by the fact that there was a whole lot of broken equipment. I actually did break my pole, but it just shattered and didn't snap, which was quite lucky, actually. Yeah, Eric Bjornsson broke a pole, Tyler Cornfield and Matt Gelso as well. And coming into the finish, because I was expecting to be surrounded by so many really accomplished sprinters like Kevin Boulder and Eric Bjornsson and Tyler Cornfield, I knew that I wasn't going to stand a chance if I was anywhere close to them, but they could still bridge that gap. So when I hit the 1 kilometer marker, I decided to really go for it. And when I was coming into the finish, I looked back, and the gap that I had made was big enough that Kevin couldn't quite catch up, but he was coming quite quickly, so I think if it was a little longer, he probably would have gotten me. But yeah, I'm really, really lucky to have done it today, and I'm really glad. It's a beautiful day, and it was a lot of fun.
Anything looking back over the past few months that you did that led to this moment?
Well, nothing in particular. I train year-round with the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation, and last year I was named to the U.S. ski team, and so I've been to 3 training camps in the past 8 months with the U.S. ski team, and then I've just been training here in Sun Valley under the tutelage of Rick Capalla.
Is there anything new you're doing that you've learned?
Nothing new that I'm doing. I think I'm just older this year and more confident, and I had a little bit of luck today. Yeah.
And I understand maybe your mom's breakfast had something to do with it too.
Yeah.
Weren't all 3 of you?
Yeah.
Didn't all 3 of the podium finishers eat breakfast at mom's house?
Yeah, so actually 2 University of Utah skiers who are here, both Norwegian, Ola Jortheim and Maximilian B, they were 2nd and 3rd. And Kevin Boulder, as I had mentioned before, he was 4th, but Kevin actually, when he's here training in Sun Valley, he lives with us. So and Ola and Max, while they've been here, have been staying with us. So we definitely kept it all within the house, which is good.
Now, last year, you became among the first Americans to win a gold medal at the Junior Olympics on a relay race. What's next for you now? Are you headed back to the juniors?
Yeah, so actually Junior Olympics happened this year, and it only happens every 4 years, and I was too old this year, but at Junior World Championships last year, which took place in Lahti, Finland, I was lucky enough to be part of the 4x5 kilometer relay with my teammates Ben Ogden, Luke Jager, and Gus Schumacher. And Gus skied a really strong leg, and we were able to be the first team, or the first American team ever to win gold in that relay. And that was a really fun day and really special. And so this year, all of us are still eligible for junior competition. None of us have aged out, per se. And so we'll be going back to Oberwiesenthal, Germany for the 2020 World Junior Championships. And we'll leave in late February. The races are the first week of March, so I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm here with the 1st and 2nd place winners among the women. Katie Feldman over here is from Sun Valley. She took it 2nd place last year too. This young lady from Norway, now competing at University of Utah, took 1st. I'll let you say your name because I can't.
My name is Guro. It's super hard. No American can pronounce it, so everyone calls me G.
So is this your first time doing the Boulder Mountain?
Yes, it is actually. It's probably the most tactical race I've ever skied.
How would you describe it?
So it's harder to be in front. So you don't want to pull the rest. And we were a big group about halfway when Erica did a big push, and 3 of us broke away. So we skied the rest of the course, us 3.
And what did it seem like compared to other races you've done?
For sure the tactical part of it. And it's not a whole lot of uphill, it's mostly just floating downhill. So you just have to stick with the group you are at and try not to spend too much energy and like have energy for the finish line.
And what about you, Katie? How did this race compare to last year?
It was fun to be able to do this the second time because I knew that I needed to ski it a little more controlled at the beginning, and like Guro was saying, it's so tactical, so just trying to work together and not work too hard too early on. And yeah.
Now, for those who might not understand what tactical means, can you give an example?
So coming across the Frostbite Flats area, we were with a group of the men, and we were trying to get some of them to lead for a little bit so that we weren't just pulling everyone along, because it's easier to draft off of other people.
I'm here with two former U.S. ski team members, started racing together at Montana State University in 1980.
Sean Marshall Pride from Bozeman, Montana.
And Perry Jalmerson from Bozeman, Montana.
And you two have been in the Boulder Mountain Tour for at least 10 years, right?
We've been off and on through the good years and some bad years, and we just get a little older and a little further back, but boy, you can't beat the camaraderie and this beautiful course and a beautiful day.
So, what is it you like best about this?
It's always fun to get out of Bozeman for a weekend, and the weather's always great down here this time of year. It's kind of a little taste of spring almost, so it's a pretty enjoyable day.
Okay.
And it's hard to find a course with 1,000 vertical drop. It makes us old guys kind of be able to hang in there a little longer with the young ones.
Oh, that's great. Do you guys have a favorite stretch of the course?
Well, we'll say the last 500 meters into the finish is always very fun.
Yeah, they say skiing isn't a contact sport, but that last 500 meters, it's roller derby, man. And I had the honor a few times of skiing down through that finish with Mr. Ingen, John Ingen, who Per and I skied with at Montana State. So we'll be thinking of him today, and we usually saw him in front of us in this race. So
this is Betsy Youngman, a two-time Olympian. She has wonderful memories of this course. How many times have you done this, Betsy?
I've raced in the Boulder maybe 6-7 times, not that many times, but I've raced in this field a few times when I was here as a U.S. ski team member back in the 80s. And I love this field. I love seeing the action and just being here with everybody, enjoying Nordic skiing.
Put this in perspective. How does this rank among cross-country races in the United States?
This is one of the more competitive, one of the faster races in the United States because of the nature of the course. It attracts a lot of people who like to go downhill and like to pack race, so it's a little different than some other courses like the Berkey, which have more climbing, or the Craftsbury Marathon, which is more rolling. But as marathons go, this is a really popular one because it's so scenic and because it's a fast one. And we're going to have a perfect day today.
And what's the strategy going into a race like this?
Go hard from the beginning because you want to be in a good pack because it's downhill and it's so fast. So everybody goes out as hard as they can, then they kind of settle in for the middle part of the course and then go as hard as they can for the last 5K. So it's fun. It's nonstop.
No matter your taste or personal style, the shopping in Sun Valley has what you need for a day in the mountains or elegant night on the town. From bike sales, rentals, repair, outdoor accessories, and souvenirs to high-end, on-trend fashion and sportwear, including a hip, modern women's boutique, there is something for everyone in the Sun Valley Village. Don't forget about the kids, as stepping foot in the toy store is a dream come true for the little ones. The Sun Valley Village shopping options blend a touch of European style with Main Street USA hospitality, all in a charming mountain town setting.
Hi, I'm Lori McNee with Ion Sun Valley, and this is Art Beat. And today I am with Barry Peterson of Barry Peterson Jewelers. And we're going to step outside the frame of two-dimensional art and into the 3D world of beautiful wearable art. Hi, Barry.
How are you?
Great. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thanks for joining me today.
Absolutely.
So you have been very busy here at Barry Peterson Jewelers. What's new? Tell us what's going on around here.
The entire premise is new. We just are have completed a remodel after 28 years in this location.
You've been here for 28 years.
In this space.
Time flies.
It does.
It does. I've known you. Our kids went to school together. And in fact, he made this mother ring for me many years ago. It's probably been at least 20 years ago.
Yep.
And I came in here and he designed it, and I was able to go pick out the stones, birthstones of my children, and that was really special. And I know you do a lot of custom work. You're focusing on that primarily these days, aren't you?
It seems to be the case. I try and make my own things, but the custom jewelry really occupies a lot of my time.
Does it? Tell us how you go about doing that. Someone walks in and they have possibly an heirloom diamond or other stone.
That's most of the time that's the case. Gemstones and jewelry will be inherited or passed down or received from deceased family members or passed on while someone's still with us. And it happens a lot with engagement rings and someone getting married in the family, and a lot of parents have been saving stones for their children for years, or want to pass on something that was passed on to them, and so we'll take inventory of what they have. I'll set up an appointment, come in, and I'll take inventory of what they have. A lot of times we'll just take it in that day and clean it and basically scrutinize the pieces and make sure that there's something that we can use or multiple things that we can use. And if there are items that are questionable or might be a nice gemstone underneath a lot of scratches, I'll point all that out to the client, and so we'll kind of come up with a starting point on what gems to use.
Great. And okay, so what's the most popular gemstone?
Most diamond.
Diamond still?
Yeah.
A girl's best friend.
And
they're yours too. You told me earlier that diamonds are your favorite.
They are.
And why? Why are they your favorite?
There are just so many different ways you can use them, and they come in so many different colors that people are just learning about in today's world. And colored diamonds have been around a long time, but the societies have only been really promoted white diamonds over the years, and canary diamonds, but we're seeing diamonds in every color in the spectrum now, and it's really created a lot of new design ideas.
So as an investment, is a white round diamond, I've been told that for years, that's the best choice for an investment. Or do you disagree with that?
I disagree.
Do you?
They are still very, very good in the higher end, larger stones, but the colored diamonds, the rarity of the color, there's a lot more yellow diamonds and brown diamonds than there are red or pink diamonds or blue diamonds. The most rare being a red diamond.
I've never even heard of a red diamond. Wow.
Yeah, but they'll can be as red as a ruby.
Oh, how interesting. And so how do you tell a red diamond apart from a red ruby, so to speak?
Well, a lot of it has to do with the surface of the diamond is a lot different than the surface of a ruby. And rubies don't have red, white, and blue and purple flying out of them like diamonds do.
Oh, okay. Okay, they're more fiery than...
Yes.
Yes.
The refractive index, and diamonds break up light into every color in the spectrum, where a ruby will just flash red.
Okay, interesting. So how did this all begin? You started rock hounding as a kid, right, with your family. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, I was born and raised in Rexburg, outside of Rexburg, here in Idaho, and my dad was a potato farmer and shipper. and I was surrounded in all the farms by cousins and other Petersons, basically. And my dad didn't really care for farming that much, and had spent years in Brazil he was down there as a missionary for about 3 years. Yeah. Learned the language very well, and when the war broke out, he came back. Actually, he had just come back from Brazil, and the Second World War broke out, and he joined the Army Air Corps. And because of his language skills, he was sent and stationed back in Brazil, and was a special agent for the U.S. government during the entire war.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, he had a pretty good setup.
Yes.
He had his own B-25 he flew around in with.
Oh, my goodness. And so did that influence, because you love motorcycles and planes and all of that as well, so it
helped spark some of it.
Yes.
But the thing was interesting about my dad's stay in Brazil is Brazil, every window you look in is full of gemstones.
Yes.
And minerals and massive amounts, and one cannot spend time in Brazil without falling in love with gems.
Right.
And so he brought that love back and put it to use in rock hounding. And so as a young kid, I had a couple of brothers, 1 year older and 1 year younger than me, and my dad would take all three of us rock hounding.
That's so interesting.
So I walked all over Idaho, Wyoming, and Montana when I was a kid.
That is so interesting. I'm speaking with Barry Peterson of Barry Peterson Jewelers, and we'll be right back.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
Edge Event Productions proudly provides audio and visual solutions for your private party or event, your wedding or special banquet. With top quality audio and lighting, you won't regret choosing Edge. They'll simply custom and create an event design suitable for your party, your budget, and work with you through the entire process. Their stage production services are guaranteed to help make your event a success. With powerful, crystal clear sound and years of mixing experience, they're an ideal choice for this community. Whether it's a band, a DJ, a big event promoter to host a large event either indoors or outdoors. Lighting and sound are so important to a party. Take your party to the next level with Edge Event Productions. Reach out to Andy at edgeeventproductions.com. That's Andy at edgeeventproductions.com.
I always sense a level of honesty, in the music that we create.
It's all about listening to each other and taking styles and blending them.
We just let our music happen, and sometimes it takes us to places where we never thought we could go, and we're looking at each other when we're done going, how do we do that? And that's really the only way that you can create that kind of magic, is to just leave space for it to happen.
Are you like me and can't stand paying your insurance bill? Just when you pay all your bills for the month, then along comes that dreaded insurance bill, putting the hurt on your checking account. Hello, I'm Mark Balkos, president of Wood River Insurance. That's why Wood River Insurance is an independent insurance agency. This means we have a multiple of insurance companies we offer to our clients. This allows us to hold the insurance companies accountable for coverage, service, and most important of all, pricing. When I started in this business 33 years ago, I only represented one company to my customers. And after a while, I felt as though my hands were tied when trying to be as competitive as I could. As an independent insurance agency, we represent you to the insurance company, not the insurance company to you. This allows Wood River Insurance to be as competitive as possible. So call us today at 208-788-1100 and let Wood River Insurance represent you.
Welcome back to Art Beat. I'm sitting here with Barry Peterson of Barry Peterson Jewelers. And Barry, you were going to tell me a little bit about cutting gemstones.
It all started with the rock hounding as a kid.
Okay.
And in my father's shop on our farm, it was basically a woodworking shop, but he started introducing jewelry making and lapidary into the program. I was around 6 years old, and we started cutting stones. And about 4 years after that, we moved off our farm. Jewelry kind of went away, and when I was in high school, my dad started making a lot of silver jewelry, and we had a need to actually sell it, as my dad had made some poor decisions in the mining industry. And so jewelry became a way of life for our family. And I actually had my own wholesale line that I had started, and had 50 stores I sold to. And
how old were you at this point?
I was 17, 18.
Wow.
And I had an opportunity to learn to cut diamonds. My dad had met this diamond cutter that had a school in Gardnerville, Nevada. And so I was able to get into that school around the time I was 19 years old, 18 and a half, 19. And
that's so impressive.
And it was quite an experience. And learning to cut diamonds actually really opened my mind up and made me realize what kind of a thinker I was. And in order to cut a diamond, you have to be able to imagine the diamond in 3 dimension in your mind.
And that's so interesting because I'm a fine artist and I paint in 2 dimensions. So I'm looking at the 3rd dimension and trying to translate it into 2 dimensions. And so you're automatically thinking in 3D. And so you get a raw stone then. And at that age, how did you afford to even buy a raw diamond?
I couldn't. So we were actually cutting the school in this school situation. We were actually cutting stones. The first stone I cut was only, when it was finished, it was only 12 points, which is about 1/8 of an inch across. Spent a month cutting that stone. About
a month.
Yeah, and it was only it was only the size of a pea.
So how many hours?
BB.
How many hours go into a month? What does that mean? Exactly?
That was 40 hours a week.
Goodness.
It was,
no wonder they're so expensive.
Yeah. So there was a lot of. I still have that stone actually. But
you do. That's great.
But the knowledge of cutting diamonds actually really opened up my mind and made me realize what tools I had. And I still continued to make jewelry after that. And so I went into opening my own stores, and I got out of the wholesale business. The diamond cutting school kind of shot me out of that. And so I started focusing mostly on jewelry making. And mostly silver. I did start delving off into gold jewelry. And
so let's talk about thinking in 3D again.
Okay.
So tell me now, fast forward to where we are today. So when you are creating a one-of-a-kind piece of art, basically, are you seeing this in your mind's eye first? Like, tell us a little bit how that happens.
No, I do. I do imagine what it would look like, and have to, especially the fact that it's going to, like in a ring, for example, it has to wrap around your finger.
Right.
And it has to be comfortable, and it has to be practical. And so there is actually a lot of engineering that goes involved, I think is involved with making a piece of jewelry that someone's going to wear every single day of their life. And so I think that part of the 3D thinking is a huge factor. A lot of times, I actually wanted to be an architect when I was in high school. And jewelry making, I look at as more of architecture, and a piece of jewelry is more of a link between a man and or woman and or mankind and the gemstone world, it's kind of the linkage between the two, and it's kind of the holders. Just like we have homes to live in, but that came out of someone's mind. This store, for example, I designed every single piece in it. I designed the showcases.
Yes, and it is so fabulous. It is exquisite. And so all these cases, go on and tell us.
Well, the whole layout of the store, the wall cases, even the cash wrap area, all the workbenches. The workbench I work on, I built those benches.
It's a work of art just to step in these doors. You really want to stop by here.
No, there's most everything in here came out of my head.
It's amazing, and the chandelier right above us is just so beautiful. We're just surrounded by beauty in this place.
Thank you.
So I would love if you could take a moment and take me back into your shop area and kind of show me how it's done.
Love to.
I would love to see that. Great.
All right. Here we are, Lori, at my bench, which, by the way, I built myself.
Fun. Oh my goodness. So this is like your easel for me.
It absolutely is.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about it.
Well, all my different drawers in this bench are set up with all my different tools for different operations. And this one's set up with all my engravers. This one has all my pliers in it. This one has all my fine files in it. This one has all my rough files. This has a bunch of stuff that I didn't know what to do with. And I have all my burrs in here, all kinds of little fun
I'd like
things.
to go through all that. This one's extra like shiny and pretty.
When my kids were little, they loved this one.
That's
this is where they're always going through their. This is kind of the treasure drawer.
That is.
And then I have this one, more drill bits and everything in here.
That's a guide drawer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, but I have my torches here, and everything's laid out so that the workspace is right here in front of us.
You know what's so cool? Other people can come in now because it used to be upstairs, and you've moved your workstation down here.
Correct.
So people can come watch you. So I can come spy on you working.
You virtually can stand right on the other side of that glass.
That'd be so fun. So is this your most important tool?
Today, a lot of the projects that I work on today are super fine pieces, and it requires super magnification to see them. In the beginning, when we made silver turquoise jewelry, it was just make it and not have any magnification at all, because we're working with a lot bigger stones.
Right.
But with these little stones, like this particular piece has probably 50 or 60 stones in it, and there's a little rows around the bottom that are actually the same color as the top.
And you made this?
Oh, I made this piece, yes.
Can I peek at that?
Absolutely.
I've never looked through one of these.
This is a green diamond talking back.
Oh my goodness, that's incredible. That is like a starburst.
Yes.
That's so gorgeous. Are you going to donate that to charity? Because I know you donate a lot. I would want to bid on that.
That would be probably a really good item for charity.
Because you donate to charity quite a bit locally, don't you?
I do.
That's
I do.
so nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love that.
Okay. It'll look good on you as well.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
All right. But yeah, this particular vise is called an engraving block, and it's we can move it around at all different angles and get our tools in here, our little engravers. We can get in here to actually lift and push and set the prongs on the stone.
It's so tedious.
It is slow moving.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
You have very good eye-hand coordination and dexterity.
Especially underneath the microscope, it's even crazier. Sometimes you have to put your hand in there on the piece before you even get your eyes on the piece.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's taken a while to learn how to figure this out.
Well, Barry, thank you so much for letting me peek into your world back here. I love it. And I just want to say, your family works with you still to this day.
They do.
Your kids do. And
Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on that. In fact, one of your sons are right
Yeah,
back
Alan's
here.
over here.
Alan's working back there. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So fun to be invited into the behind the scenes of Barry Peterson Jewelers.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate you coming.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us at Art Beat, and I hope you visit Barry Peterson Jewelers sometime soon.
Audio Innovations is an innovative audio-visual company that designs, integrates, and simplifies a truly custom system to keep you comfortable, entertained, and secure in your own home. Audio Innovations TJ's Electric offers a variety of services, from phone systems to lighting control systems, HVAC systems, home theater, electrical, audio, and video, drapery systems, and more. Audio Innovations, 91 East Croy Street, Alturas Plaza, in Haley.
Better food, better price, better service. Atkinson's Market, supporting local farmers since 1956.
The benefits that we see, some come right away. It's a full body experience, right? So we're treating the whole body. And like I say, whether I'm treating your toe or your brain, I'm treating the whole body. So every organ now, every cell in your body has enough oxygen to create the correct amount of energy and to fire and function properly.
For those of you that have sleep apnea but are just not able to tolerate your CPAP unit, there is help right here in Ketchum. I have over 17 years of advanced training in sleep health, and I can treat your sleep apnea, including annoying snoring, from beginning diagnosis all the way through treatment. No need to travel hours away for overnight sleep studies. I'll provide you with a complimentary, complete computer airway evaluation and consultation. Give my office a call, and I can help you feel more rested and have more energy. Sleep well, live well. Come see us at Sun Valley Smile Designs and Sun Valley Sleep Health.
I'm Michael David with Eye on Sun Valley Sports, and it's my pleasure to be joined by Sydney Palmer-Ledger and Johnny Hagenbuck, members of the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation cross-country ski team and students here at the Sun Valley Community School. You guys, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
So I wanted to have you on to talk about your accomplishments with the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation cross-country ski team, but specifically your recent accomplishments in Finland representing the United States. What was it like to be in Finland and to represent your country, Sydney?
It was such an amazing experience. Like, I learned a lot, like how to cope with stress, because at races I am super stressed and I just sometimes buckle. But being around all these athletes around the world, like, you just try to have fun and just race hard, because you don't know how you're going to do. So
Sure. Johnny, I would imagine this is a goal that you set for yourself and you accomplished it. What was the feeling like back there?
Yeah, I think Sydney really captured a lot of it, but basically it was an incredible experience and a great opportunity for us as athletes, but also as people to kind of absorb all of the information and experience of being over in Finland. You know, in addition to being very cold and dark, there were some really incredible athletes there, and some great scenes and some great competitions. So
that's fantastic. So you were a member of the gold medal winning cross-country team. Tell us a little bit about your teammates, that race, and did you go into it thinking we're gonna win this thing?
Yeah, so I was a member of the 4x5 kilometer relay team. So I was joined by 3 of my teammates, 2 of whom are from Anchorage, Alaska, and the person who started off the relay was our first leg, which is known athletically as the scramble leg in relays.
Okay. Explain to me quickly the scramble leg. Why did they call it that?
They call it that because, I guess the figure of speech is that they will scramble up the field. They're trying to break the field.
Oh, okay.
That was Luke Jager, who's a 19-year-old kid from Anchorage.
And you guys are the U20 team, right?
Yes, so we're the under-20 national team.
Right. And we should mention that both of you on the U20 teams you're 17. So
yes.
You're young. You've got a ways to go.
And I think Sydney had mentioned that there were nerves that were playing a factor, and there were certainly nerves last year when we both made it as 16-year-olds, and so there was kind of additional pressure to be able to make it again this year. And
right.
we were both very, very glad to have the opportunity to do it again.
Last year, since we were 16, we were unable to go, but we went to Finland for the Scandinavian Cup.
Right, and that experience in Finland prepared you probably a lot for what you were to expect. Now, but again, U.S. team has not won this relay, correct?
No, we were in territory that is fairly unprecedented in U.S. cross-country skiing. Of course, the only time we've gotten a gold medal at a world championship competition was Jessie Diggins last year in the team sprint in Pyeongchang with Keegan Randall. But there's actually a different designation for Olympics versus a world championship event. They alternate years. And so this was actually our first World Championships gold medal. And it was also the first World Championships men's medal, save for the year prior when we were unable to go. The men's relay team actually got silver. So continuing off of that, you had asked if we had gone into it with any apprehension or nervousness, and I would say that no, we maintained this conviction that we were no longer underdogs among kind of fabled competitors from Russia, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and any number of other countries. And so we had this mindset that there was no one that we couldn't ski with, and that we had a very legitimate chance of not only doing well, but winning the race. And so as I mentioned, Luke was the scramble leg. And then second leg, which was also classic, was Ben Ogden from Stratton Mountain School in Vermont, but he now attends UVM. And then I was the third leg.
And then the third leg is skate?
Yeah, so the third leg is skate. The first two are classic, and the third and the fourth are skate. And then I tagged off after my leg to Gus Schumacher, who was our anchor. And then he brought it in, and we won the gold.
And for those of us that are excited about this, when you handed off to him, where did you guys stand? Were you?
It was the lead group. We were all within 2 seconds of one another. So it was basically the same spot.
And did you guys do career kind of personal bests, all of you at this? Or I mean, it's hard to say, I guess, with the conditions.
No, I mean, it's all fairly subjective. But I would say that it was definitely our success was a culmination of the combined efforts of not only our team, but our support staff, the girls, who of course were out on the course cheering us on, emphatically to say the least.
That's fantastic.
And really just the entire U.S. ski community. Everyone contributed to it.
It truly takes a contribution from all fronts. And your relay team, the 4x3K, correct? You guys did incredible. Now, you're sitting next to Johnny with the gold medal, but fourth place, right, in against the best in the world. Talk about your experience in your relay team.
It was amazing because last year for the World Juniors, they got, was it 6 or 7?
I believe it was 7.
Yeah. 7. So we're bringing it up there. And so Mara started first. Like Johnny said, the scrambler. Then Kendall Kramer, and then she handed to me, which I was the first skate.
Okay.
And I was in third there, and I was skiing alone because I saw first and second ahead of me, but they had a little bit of a gap. And then I just, tried pushing through the pain because it was a hard course. And then I tagged off to Novi McCabe. And
where's Novi from?
Novi's from the Matau Valley,
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Swedish girl caught up to her. She tried to make a move. There's like a really steep wall the last little bit before going back into the stadium. And but the Swedish girl got her on the downhill because she just weighed a little more.
But what an amazing! It's still such an amazing accomplishment, and I think you alluded to it, Johnny. There's a mental aspect too to kind of breaking through to compete against the best in the world.
I would also say, and it makes their success even more impressive, is it's worthy of noting that their women's team was by far the youngest in the field, because obviously it's an under-20 competition. So on the teams that had beaten them, I bet you that the constituents of those teams were all 19 or 20. Whereas on this team, Sydney's 16, Mara McCuller 17, Kendall Kramer's 16, and Novi was 17. But of course, Sydney has turned 17 since the competition.
Well,
and on the boys' side of things, we're also a young team, and actually all of us returned to this competition. None of us are too old.
Right. Well, that bodes well for that team, and obviously
hope so.
it bodes well for the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation cross-country ski team as well. Talk a little bit about how the training and this program here translates into success, like it certainly has been.
Yeah, we all train like together, and we're like go to the hut and like just being around each other, and we bring each other up. Like Sophia Mazzoni, who's not here today,
Right.
She also made it, and we train together. So when we race, we all want each other to do well, and
you push each other.
Yeah, we push each other.
Right.
And even though like Novi and Waverly and Mara and Kendall aren't from Sun Valley, we go to these training camps and we train with them, and we consider them like
all a big family.
Yeah,
in a way.
another team.
And what about the gold members? Do you get from their experiences, and do you get to talk to them too and draw from what they've gone through?
Yeah, as Sydney mentioned, there are any number of national training camps throughout the year when we're not racing, and also just by virtue of being in the sport for some period of time with these other people, you become familiar with them. And as you were asking about the strength of our program, Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation across all disciplines, whether it be alpine, snowboarding, or cross-country skiing, is kind of ubiquitously regarded as one of the best programs in the country. And Rick Capalla is truly one of the most prolific coaches in the country.
Living legend.
And we're incredibly lucky to have him. I mean, I truly believe that he could have any position he wants. All the way to the top of the U.S. skiing, he simply likes living in Sun Valley and fishing on Silver Creek and doing stuff like that.
We're lucky to have him, and you're a smart
exactly.
young man for pumping up Coach too while you're here on film. We're sitting here in the library of the Sun Valley Community School. How do you balance too? You guys are all over. You're out of here soon for another trip. You're back and forth, traveling all over. The training regiment is incredibly demanding. How do you then manage the rest of your life, the academics and the social side of things, and things that are obviously important too to your overall success?
Yeah, like when you're over in Europe, you have your social side and you try to hang out with people and try to meet new people from different teams, but you also have to like take a moment and like do some homework and talk to teachers. And for me, I leave in a week, go back to Europe, so I'm talking to teachers now, trying to talk through some tests while I'm over there, getting stuff done now.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 17. All this stuff aside, right? You're still learning how to do it.
So there are kind of 3 different entities that we're associated with, and all of them are interconnected. There's the Sun Valley Community School, obviously, Sun Valley Ski Academy, which is that's basically located in the dorm, and there's obviously the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation, and those 3 organizations work together really harmoniously, and they're very, very good at accommodating absence, and they instill in us values like as Sydney mentioned, getting our homework done while we're there. And I think that a lot of credit goes to the administrators for creating a schedule that will accommodate us, as well as the teachers who are incredibly accommodating of our absence
So again,
and helping us
just
catch
like
up.
your relay teams, it's taken a whole team
Exactly.
to pull it all together. And I'm sure there's great appreciation from you guys and then from everyone else too, to see what you're accomplishing with it. That's incredible. I ran into Coach Capalla on the way over here, and he asked me just to ask you guys, how do you keep that fire burning? I mean, you're a elite mountain biker. You in the off season, Johnny, you're training so hard. What keeps that fire burning?
For me, I just love racing and just seeing how I compare against kids from around the world, and like each year seeing how you can do better and like.
Yeah. What about you? There's got to be a passion that's burning.
Yeah, I mean, I think that to truly understand it, you need to holistically consider what Nordic skiing is and how unique it is among sports in general, because It's obviously an individual sport in that when you're out there, you're competing solely for yourself. Say, obviously, a relay competition like the one we just competed in,
Right.
but there's also a really strong team aspect of it. So I think that a lot of my personal motivation and drive in the sport is associated with that aspect of it. The part that's not individual, the part that's associated with the community and the places that it will take you and the people you'll meet doing that. I mean, I think that the sport and the demands that it places on you both physically, mentally, creates an environment that fosters and attracts a certain type of person. And I would say that that's one of the main benefits and best aspects of cross-country skiing.
Well, you guys are to be congratulated for your accomplishments. It's going to be fun to keep watching you. Your juniors, you guys are juniors here at school, and obviously with some years to go on that U20 team, and then into the future. You're doing a great job representing our community, like you said, as well as the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation team and the nation. And keep it up. And it's been fun to watch you up to this point. We'll keep our eyes on you. My guests have been Sydney Palmer Ledger and Johnny Hagenbach, members of the Sun Valley Ski Education Foundation cross country ski team. Thanks for watching.